If everyone could take their seats, please. The chair will call to order tonight's meeting of CUSD 201 Board of Education, August 25th, 2015. Roll call, please. Mrs. Black?
Ms. Ambrose.
Here.
Mr. Armstrong.
Here.
Mrs. Charlton.
Here.
Mr. Johnson.
Here.
Mrs. Notbush.
Here.
Mr. Price.
Here.
Ms. Wilson.
Here.
Thank you.
If we can stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the first item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. First one, the chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the July 14, 2015 regular meeting of the Board of Education as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the closed session of the July 14, 2015 regular meeting of the Board of Education as presented.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the August 5th, 2015 regular meeting of the Board of Education as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And I abstain.
And I abstain. Who wasn't there? Who else wasn't there?
Were you at the special? I don't think Lori was.
Oh,
I was not. Was it the special?
So-
I abstain.
You abstain,
Sorry.
okay.
I thought it was, yeah. No, I abstain. I wasn't here.
Okay, motion carries. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the August 11, 2015 regular meeting of the Board of Education as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I abstain.
Abstain.
Any opposed? Motion carried. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the closed session of the August 11, 2015 regular meeting of the Board of Education as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I abstain.
Abstain.
Okay, motion carried. Are there any public comments? Next item on the agenda is we're going to do the introduction.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do something fun now. We're going to introduce our new staff, and so first we will start with Kevin to introduce our new administrators. So,
Well, we'll introduce the building administrators, and they in turn will introduce their new staff. First, we have Linda Clowater, Director of Student Services and South Early Childhood Center. Linda? Yes, please.
Thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here and to join the crowd in welcoming our new staff members. I'd like to introduce two new members of the Student Services team. If you please stand so everybody can get a chance to see you. This is Maureen Power. Maureen, she is our school psychologist. District-wide, this is a position that we were able to add this year. Thank you, Board of Education. We appreciate that very much. And also Alyssa
Hey,
Reynolds.
Linda, can you ask them to step forward?
so we can get
Certainly.
them.
Would you step forward, please?
Oh, you didn't know that part, huh? Yeah, okay.
Now, everyone that goes after me will know to do that, so okay. All right. And Alyssa Reynolds, who is filling the position that Mr. Crooks was in. And as we all know, Mr. Crooks retired this past year. So welcome, Maureen and Alyssa.
All right, thank you. And Manning Principal Kristen Kretzel will introduce her staff.
Hi, in addition to Maureen and Alyssa in our building, we also have Bridget Hudson, who was a TA for the past 18 months at Manning, and she filled the first grade vacancy. And we have Colleen Klaga, who is our new face at Manning, as the attendance secretary in the front. Welcome.
And our new principal at Miller Elementary, Tim Weiler.
Keeping my notes on my iPhone. One thing I love about the district, it's tech-friendly. Definitely a new change of pace from what I'm used to. I'm a tech geek, and coming into a district where some of our kids have one-on-one in third, fourth, and fifth with Chromebooks, and it's just a really fantastic place to be. So, pretty awesome. First, I want to introduce Joe Edelman. Joe, come on up. Joe's a TA. He is a familiar face in some classrooms in the past. He taught for 2 years in 5th grade. He was an aide for a year, subbed for a year, and since 2007, he started a firm with real estate investment. So he's coming back in the education world and hopefully gain some experience and get back into the classroom as a certified teacher. Thank you. And he's got a 1-year-old, all right, which she's going to bring. A little note on Alyssa Reynolds. She will be sharing her with some other buildings, but she interned with someone I coached baseball with back in Plainfield in 202. She's got triplets, so she knows a lot of stories about me already, which is a good or a bad thing. But she's in great hands. She was interned with a great social worker in Plainfield 202. Alma Gonzalez, come on up. Alma and the next new member of our team, they are taking control and taking our dual language program into a very awesome and positive direction. Alma has a 14-year-old, a 3-year-old, so very exciting role as a parent. She's very excited to be a part of 201 and taking our dual language program in a very positive direction as we look to adding 3rd grade in our curriculum next year. We're already meeting with McGraw-Hill and some textbook curriculum partners and really looking at making sure we're ready for our 3rd grade classroom that we're going to add to the building. And Abby Cullen, come on up. She's our 2nd grade dual language teacher. She's new to our district, but not new to the classroom. They both actually come with over 12 years of experience. Abby was a 4th grade dual language teacher in District 130. She started a bilingual theater program where for 2 years she directed Renita the Frog, Princess, in both languages, English and Spanish. She's very passionate about dual language. She's already reached out to many of our friends here in the district and is really taking on a leadership role in 201. She looks forward to developing some of our programs in 201 and for our student learners. And finally, Matt Cohen, come on up. He joins us as one of our new special ed teachers, helping all our student learners maximize their success here at school. He's been working in special education for over 9 years. He comes with a ton of experience. He's helped put together some really difficult schedules, and hopefully people are happy about some of the schedules that we've been putting together for the TAs and the supports in the school. But he's got a 3-year-old Jack and a 7-month-old Chloe, and we're all very excited to have them join our team at Miller. Thank you.
Tim, before you walk away, you should probably get one of the papers tomorrow. Have you seen that you might be on the cover of the paper tomorrow? Westmont, the Progress of Suburban Life?
Yes, I think I saw it today, thanks to Mrs. Preston.
Yeah, so welcome to the district. You get to be on the front page, probably.
And now John Jonak, principal for Westmont Junior High.
So excited to be here tonight. Thank you very much for having us. We have an ESL and our Spanish teacher, and Michelle Letty, please come up. Michelle is coming to us from Piatone High School. She's going to be the ESL teacher at the junior high, but then also give those services to our high school students as well, teach Spanish at the junior high as well. So welcome to Michelle. And Kimberly Healy, please come on up. So Kimberly is a most recent add-on, really. About a week ago, she didn't even know that she was going to be with us. So we're very excited to have her. Our instructional coach had stepped down from our district, and we ended up moving Laura Riley to the instructional coach position for an interim instructional coach position at the junior high. And we are fortunate to have Kimberly, who comes highly recommended from Cass School, and we're very excited to have her as a 6th grade teacher at Westmont Junior High School. So welcome, both of you. Additionally, we have two new TAs to our school, and they're not able to be here tonight. At least I haven't been able to see them. One of those is Jackie Gales, and the other is our ESL TA, and his name is Dan Shields, and he'll be joining us soon. Additionally, many of you know that Detective Weibler is now Sergeant Weibler, and he's protecting us on the streets. So our SRO has left us, but now we have a new SRO. And so if I could have Detective Nick Glynn, please come up. We're very fortunate to have him. He'll be serving CUSD 201 and then also the Marker School District as well. But we're very excited to have him all of the schools. He's already started making some relationships with our students and our faculty and our administration. So we welcome Detective Glynn, sorry.
Now Jack Balderman, Westmont High School Principal.
Good evening, everybody. I'm really pleased to be able to introduce you to our new staff members. I think the most important thing we do is the people that we hire. They're the difference makers. The connection between our teachers and the students are really where it happens. And we have an amazing group of new people joining us, not only in the elementary and the junior high and at South School, but also at the high school. For the positions that we advertised, and we really didn't spend any money on advertising, but we had over 100 applicants for every single full-time position. And every time we got our #1 choice, they chose us. And many of them had options at other school districts. So we're really excited about that. They're an amazing group of people. We're very fortunate to have them in our district. And as I said, when I did the reference checks on these people, without exception, they got amazing reviews. In many cases, they were considered the top people at their school. Tremendous losses. I heard quotes like, "This person is the best person I ever hired. This person taught in circles around everybody else in the department. This is a huge loss for our building." So I'm very pleased to introduce these people to you. First, we have a new assistant principal, Hector Freitas. Hector. He comes to us from Morton High School, where he was a standout advanced placement Spanish teacher, and he was the dean of students, and he just brings tremendous passion and intelligence to the position. So Hector, welcome. Katrina Meglares is our new math teacher. And Katrina was the department chair at Julian High School in the city of Chicago. And once again, just an amazing talent and a very dedicated professional. Megan Connolly is our new guidance counselor. She comes from Roberto Clemente School in the city of Chicago and has already worked with our students and families these last few weeks and is off to a strong start. Brian Roach also comes from CPS. He's our new full-time English teacher, and he's also coaching football and doing a great job there also. And as I said, we had over almost 200 applicants for this position, and he was our choice. In science, Nate Chamberlain, he's worked at Mantino High School previously and in the city of Chicago, and he also is off to a tremendous start. Familiar face in our district, our new teaching assistant, Brian Dunn, I see is here. And Brian also has, in addition to his teaching assistant responsibilities, is also a coach in our building. So I got everybody, right, from our team? Beautiful. As I said, Esmeralda Valderas, I'm sorry, Esmeralda, come on up. Esmeralda will be teaching history and also will be serving as a teaching assistant. So we welcome these talented people to our school. I couldn't be happier. We have our outstanding staff and faculty at Westmont High School, and then you bring these superstars in. It really is going to be an amazing year, so thank you. I also wanted to mention very quickly that the high school was just recognized by every major organization that does national rankings, by Newsweek this past week and previously by U.S. News & World Report and by the Washington Post Challenge Index. All three of the national indicators ranked Westmont amongst the best high schools in America. So I'm very excited. I'll work with Mr. Carey and when he invites me to come speak to you in the community, but we'll have a lot of details in the coming month. But we're really excited about the work that our faculty and staff and our students have done together. It's pretty amazing. And so I'll share details with you in the near future.
Hold that thought.
Very good.
Thank you for that, and we look forward to hearing you on more details.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, then we're going to move on to the consent agenda. Any comments or questions? All right, the chair will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. Personnel recommendations, Doris Emsley, long-term substitute, special ed resource teacher at Miller. Kimberly Healy, sixth grade science teacher, Westmont Junior High School. Claren Einfeld, long-term substitute eighth grade math teacher, Westmont Junior High. Support staff, the following individuals will be district-wide paraprofessionals: Eleanor Fiala, Lauren Farmer, Jacqueline Gales, Mary Kim Jackson, Lisa Woodman, and Brian Dunn. Deborah Dickert as the certified school nurse. And non-certified staff, Javier Perez, full-time elementary custodian, Miller Elementary. Number 2, certification of hazardous crossing. 3, board authorization of vehicle. 4, approval of August 2015 expenditure report. And 5, ratification of July 2015 regular payroll.
So moved.
Second.
And roll call, please, Ms. Black.
Ms. Wilson,
Yes.
Ms. Ambrose,
Yes.
Mr. Armstrong,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Mrs. Notbush,
Yes.
Mr. Price,
Yes.
Ms. Charlton.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda, information discussion, is presentation of monthly financial statements. Ms. Anderson?
Okay, so we have the June financial statements for your review. The district received about $128,000 from the state this month. Last year, the state had released the fourth quarter mandated categoricals at this time, but this year they were vouchered as they have been for the past several years. So there are about $321,000 of fiscal year 15 payments that the state has vouchered, but we have did not receive as of June 30th. We received our first 2 installments of the 2014 tax levy. Total collections during the month were a little over $11 million, and that was a 49.6% collection rate, and that's just a little bit higher than the 47.9 roughly that we've received the last couple years. In the Ed and Tort funds, revenues were comparable to the prior year averages, and we received $128,000 from the state, and they vouchered about $179,000 that we hadn't received as of year end. Again, revenues in the transportation fund, again, fluctuate because of state payments. They're where they should be for the end of the year. Expenditures in the tort and ed funds are comparable to the prior year. And in the O&M fund, the same thing. We were just about 96% spent to date in the O&M fund. Last year, we were 93%. And then expenditures in the transportation fund, again, fluctuate from month to month, and they vary quite a bit based on state payment or on timing of payments and special ed transportation costs. So we're where we should be at the end of the fiscal year. The investments are attached, as well as the other financial statements. And then the auditors are in this week and next week, so we'll have the mid-October, the audited financials. Right now, on a cash basis, in the ed fund, We had a surplus of only $127,000 this year. So we didn't finish in the black, which was good. We did finish in the black, which was good, not in the red, but our fund balance did not increase like it has in prior years. Overall, you will see a total of about $55,000 increase on a cash basis in our fund balance for all funds. So we're pretty much, our revenues match our expenditures on a cash basis. Does anybody have any other questions?
I have two questions. Could you give us, and I don't know if you have it right here, but could you just give us an update on where that lovely Senate bill is going in the state? Did they pass the House?
Passed one of the, I can't remember if it was the House or
House or the
Senate. I don't know if you remember, Kevin. It did pass one. It's in the other one for, to be voted on. And I didn't read the superintendent update this week yet, so I don't know.
And again, that would, if passed, it would freeze property tax
Taxes for 2 years.
for 2 years.
Right, so there would be no increase in property tax revenue, which represents the majority of all of our revenue to operate the district. So we receive very little other funding to run our school district. So that will have a significant impact and may necessitate a lot of conversation with the board and the community about what we do in that case.
Yeah, okay. The second thing, someone asked me this once, and I know a lot of times we use these terms all the time, but could you just reiterate what vouchered means? Like, that really means we did not get money,
Right, that means that they've approved the payment, but they just have not actually cut the check. They said, okay, we owe you this money and we're gonna pay you at some point down the road. They just hadn't cut the check yet.
Somebody asked me one time, does that really mean that you didn't get money? I'm like, yeah,
Right,
that's really what
yes.
it means. We didn't
Yes, we
get
did
the
not
money.
get money.
Okay,
Okay,
and that's all I had.
all right.
Thank you. Okay, then the next conversation for discussion and as an action item is the swim club contract. Mrs. Anderson, do you want to?
Okay, well, I'll start out and give you a little bit of summary. We've rented the pool to Westmont Swim Club for a long time. And this past year, they built a new facility for their programs. And so we had some discussions. As you know, last year, we changed our lease terms and did a flat rate rental agreement for $65,000 and allowed them the opportunity to run programs and do swimming lessons to try and increase participation and to facilitate the same type of programs that we had done in the past where we did like the Park District Day Camp and things like that. And so in turn, you know, we had talked to them about having some kind, maybe trying to do a long-term commitment. As you're aware, a referendum failed 3 times, and money for pool improvements was not approved, obviously. So we are, Steve Cashman's working on the pool study, but in the meantime, we need to rent our pool facilities. Well, once the pool community found out that Westmont Swim Club was building another pool, we had several people approach the district and who wanted to rent space, but we had already rented the pool to Westmont Swim Club for last year. So we started negotiations with them and to kind of try and see what we could do. We obviously need to have some more revenue for updating our pool facility. And I have also had a couple of different entities contact the district. One of them, Bennett Academy, to use the swimming pool, and the other one is the Academy Bullets Swim Club. And both Bennett Academy and the Academy Bullets have presented proposals to the district, and those were in the packet for you to review. And Westmont Swim Club had given me a proposal of contributing 10% of what they believe is about a $1.284 million renovation to the pool, and so they would contribute up to 10% of that cost, but did not give me any other parameters, so they did not let me know what hours they wanted to rent or what rental rate until late this afternoon. So I put that memo together very quickly for you to review tonight. Westmont Swim Club is looking at, they would like to rent the pool for a flat rate of $40,000, and they're looking at approximately 942 hours to rent from September 7th through July 29th. That equates to about $42 per hour. They also stated that because they have the other pool, they're not going to have the same type of participation. So they would like to partner with Ultimate, Ultimate Swimming, and sublease our pool to Ultimate Swimming. And there would be no additional rental. It would be that same $40,000. And then they also would like to conduct swimming lessons at our pool as well. But all of that for the $40,000. But they would contribute $128,400 to the district as we do repairs. So a couple of things with that. One, we don't have the funding for the repairs, so we do need to consider that. Right now, it looks like on the only thing we could count on right now is the $40,000 rental cost. And again, that is from September through July. In our lease terms, the contract that we put together last year did not allow entities to sublease the pool. So that would be a contract modification, and we'd really have to talk with our attorneys about the pros and cons of that. And obviously, I didn't have time to look at that late today. So the other proposals that I have for your review, the first one is with Bennett Academy. And they at one point rented from Benedictine, but Benedictine closed their pool, and so Bennett Academy rents from several different locations. They would like to have a place that they call their home, and they are contracting for at a rate of $125 an hour. That rental for the number of hours that they want from September through February is right around $37,000. So, and then we'll look at hours after February, once they get programs going and see if they're going to rent anything else. We also have Academy Bullet Swim Club has expressed interest and has met with some members of the board. They would like to rent our pool facility for $125 an hour. And again, that's somewhere around $24,000 for the hours that they've proposed right now. Those two contracts can work in conjunction with each other. The hours they want don't conflict. The hours that Westmont Swim Club gave to me today, we can't do all three as presented. They are the same hours that the other two clubs want. So between the Bennett Academy and Academy Bullets, if you put the two of them together, we're at about that $65,000 rental. Bennett Academy would also at some point like to do that river pool that they talked to the board about, and also conduct swim lessons. But they wanted to start with this and then see if we can do something else with the programs and see how their tryouts go and how many swimmers they can get. So they wanted to commit to a little bit lesser number now and then see where things go. So there may be opportunity for other things with Academy Bullets down the road. Again, running some summer lessons and things like that. Again, we're only looking at their lease right now from September to March. So there's still from March to July that we have opportunity to rent. Also, based on the times that they want, we did have a couple other swim clubs that are interested. So we could rent probably another hour and a half to 2 hours in the evening if somebody wants to rent later in the evening up until 9 o'clock. We've got some Saturday space available, and we also have morning swim practice, like from 5 to 7, that could be utilized as well. So the board looking for some direction from the board. Options are to approve the two contracts. I can go back and or approve, have not approve any of them and have me do something with Westmont Swim Club and see if we can do something different. But the rental rates are significantly different, and my feeling is that we should be charging everybody the same rate. So do people have questions on this?
I have one comment and question. So the draft contract that you had provided to us, thank you. I think it is good to mention that all the times that we're talking about here are not the times that our students are in the building.
Correct.
They're before school and they're after school on Saturdays, so there will not be any outside agencies and groups in our buildings while our students are there. And second, I have to say thank you very much. I know that the pool is, one of those third rail topics in our district, and we still don't have the ultimate answers to what we're going to do with it yet. But I think the two groups that you have been working very hard with, Bennett Academy and Academy Bullets, seem to be right in line with what we're looking to do, just rent that space while we have the pool and while it's there. So I appreciate that, and I would have no problem approving those two. I have a number of concerns about the Westmont Swim Club proposal, especially the piece about subleasing and that, and given some of the history, I would be very, and I know that's not up for vote tonight, but I would be very reluctant to have more and secure anything with them until we have real absolute information. So I know what's in front of us tonight.
Right.
I
Well,
think it's
yeah, and in
fantastic.
order for them to sublease, again, our contract, we're using, again, the same contractor that we used with Westmont Swim Club last year, and just, changing names and taking out a few pieces. They don't want to use the training pieces. So that would require us to, again, submit it to our attorney and see, what their thought was on the sublease piece. And obviously, that opens us up to some other, risk.
And that's,
risk that we need to
there's a
make
number
sure
of things that I we've talked about. I'm really uncomfortable about that. I'm really happy to see what's in front of us tonight, though. That makes me very happy.
Well, I'm happy to see that there's more than just one party interested in using the pool, so that's a nice, gives us some options with that space. I guess I would also be in favor of moving forward with the two, Bennett and the Academy Bullets, and then, continue to work with other groups that might be able to use, some of the time that hasn't been taken up yet. I don't know if the Westmont Swim Club.
Right, and I can
that
reach
fits
out
there.
to them and then let them know that, here's hours that are available and see if that fits within their programmatic needs.
Because it does sound like, over time, they're using less and less, and so that trend will probably continue for them. And so, if we're going to be stuck with this pool, we have to maximize what we can with it and look for more growth opportunities. So,
Kim, I have a question regarding the swim lessons. One of the academies is willing to conduct swim lessons, or they might conduct swim lessons in the future. I'm talking about the swim lessons that would be for the community members, for the young kids, because that's what the Westmont Swim Club used to do for us.
Right.
And is that opportunity still going to be available through one of these two groups? Is that?
Well, Academy Bullets would like to do swimming lessons at some point, and so that's what they're gonna look at, so possibly Saturday programming and things like that. So kind of looking at this piece first, get things up and running, see what the interest is, and then try and put some of that swim lesson stuff together. But they don't want to get too far down the road without an approved contract, so.
All right. Well, I'm all for the two new people, I'll just say that.
Yeah, I would have to say I'm all for the two new, and I just see 25,000 more for even a lesser amount of time. So, 40 from September to July versus 65 from September through February, March. So, I would be in favor of approving the two. And to cover our costs of maintaining the pool, because I think that's about what we need.
Right.
So,
Okay, any other comments? You did say that, and I know that Steve Cashman's been kind of busy over the summer. So it will be interesting just to reiterate that we are doing a study and to figure out what the next step is for the pool. There isn't a pot of money sitting around to really do anything with it, but at least we want to try to get a study about what to do, what would be the next step, but, okay, well, thank you.
All right, thanks, Kim.
Okay, so then we will move on to then the approval of the swim club contracts. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the swimming facility use contracts with Bennett Academy and Academy Bullets as presented, subject to final use schedule and subject to attorney review and approval, and to authorize Kimberly S. Anderson to execute the facility use agreements.
Marie, there were, just in one of these contracts, if I remember when I was looking at them, there was a date that seemed incorrect.
And we're refining that, so that would be, that's the subject to,
year
yeah.
off or something.
Okay, and it's just, it might have been a typo
Okay.
kind of thing, so yeah, and that's why you're authorizing me to execute them to finish, to
Okay.
make sure the schedules coordinate between the parties, because there were a couple of conflicts, and we're still trying to work out those pieces.
All right, very good.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, can we get a roll call, please? Ms. Black?
Ms. Ambrose?
Yes.
Mr. Armstrong?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mrs. Notbush?
Yes?
Mr. Price?
Yes.
Ms. Wilson?
Yes.
Ms. Charlton?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, next item is the superintendent's report.
Just this evening, just to share with you the opening of our school year. Today is actually the second day of student attendance, and so it's very early in the school year, but we've had an excellent start. At our next board meeting, I'll be able to share with the board some information on enrollments and, some of the new families, the numbers of new families who have joined our district, and then also numbers of families who maybe have moved on to other school districts. But overall, it's been excellent for the start of the school year. We opened last Thursday and Friday with our opening institutes, and the staff, I think, enjoyed the beginning of the school year, and we had two excellent days. The second day focusing on student learning objectives, which we're piloting this year, and which will become part of the teacher evaluation process next year. And so we're doing a district-wide pilot to kind of work the bugs out. And the other thing I can share with the board as well is that with LobbyGuard, that's the software and equipment that we'll be using to scan visitor IDs. We're targeting the week of September 7th to have that up and running. So we're using this week and next week to complete installation, training, and then working any of those bugs out. But then, and we'll start communicating that information to the community so that when visitors come to our buildings, they'll have to have an ID with them. We'll scan the ID, it will be compared against a database to make sure that they're an individual that we want in our buildings, and we'll start that process, and then they'll have a lanyard with them as they are in our buildings, along with a printed ID, so that everybody in the building knows that they've been approved to be in our facility. So that, again, will start the week of September 7th.
Kevin, I have a quick question. I know sometimes in the past that, second day and so you get some new students of people who, didn't register or whatever, and then it causes classroom size concerns. Do we had any surprises? Are we looking at potential problems with class size, particularly at the elementary level?
Right now, we're fine, and, I'll ask, I haven't seen any numbers from the buildings yet, but I'll check with the buildings to make sure, and, definitely if we need to, we'll make some changes there, but we'll have that information. Usually, we wait till the 6th day.
Right, 6th day.
To see how it all settles out, and so we'll have that information for our next board meeting.
Okay.
Well, two things I heard at a park, a couple of elementary kids going on about Manning and their brand-new building, and so they were so excited about it. Of course, it's not a brand-new building, but it was with the amount of updates that we were able to do over the summer. They were real excited about it. And I heard one little boy say something like, and we have new locks on our doors. So that was pretty interesting. So very happy to see that even the kids noticed that. And and I know junior high kids are waiting anxiously tomorrow to get their Chromebooks. So that will be very exciting. So yes, sounds like things are going really well. All right, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, are there any board reports to share? Then are there any public comments? All right, upcoming events. Miller School Curriculum Night, August 27th at 7 o'clock at Miller. Manning School Curriculum Night, September 3rd at 6 o'clock at Manning. And the next school board meeting, September 8th at 7 o'clock here at Westmont Village Hall. At this time, the chair will entertain a motion to enter closed session for the purpose of discussing collective bargaining, personnel issues, student discipline, probable litigation, security issues, and superintendent evaluation.
So moved.
Second.
And roll call, please.
Mr. Armstrong.
Yes?
Mr. Johnson.
Yes.
Mrs. Notbush.
Yes.
Mr. Price.
Yes.
Ms. Wilson.
Yes.
Ms. Ambrose.
Yes.
Mrs. Charlton.
Yes.
Thank you.
And there will not be a vote after closed.